How do we start it?
Power button, this is your key.
Uh-huh.
Power. It's on.
Oh, it's on. Okay.
And then as he was saying, kill switch is up and the center is run. To start, just hold it down. On this thing, the clutch has to be pulled in even if the side stand is up and it's in neutral.
Okay, so
have the clutch in to start it.
There we go. All right, thank you. All right, a little bit tricky to start. All right, guys, I am on the BMW R18, going for a test ride. Here we go. Here we go, baby, on the R18. Let's go. All right, so right away, it feels good to be back in this cruiser position. I am getting a lot of vibration, a lot of shake with this bike, and it's not coming from the road, it's coming from the engine. My ass is vibrating. They said this is going to be about a 20-minute route. Here we go, let's floor it. All right, so it gets up quick. Let me just say that. Gets up quick, so that's nice. Has a ton of torque. I'm not sure what the torque values are, but it has a lot of torque. Come on, this guy not going in the staggered position. What's going on with this guy? The stock exhaust on this bike is just horrible. Completely horrible, guys. Man, this guy just all over the road. Like, dude, stay in a staggered formation, bro. I don't think he knows what it is, what it means to be in a staggered formation. All right, so on this R18, baby, out here in Roseville, California. It's a beautiful day here in Roseville, which isn't too far from Sacramento. Having a blast on the R18. Man, what is this guy doing? This guy's just all over the road. Anyways, I'm not gonna let this guy ruin my test ride. But you know what? The R18, the only downside I can see right now is all the vibration I'm getting out of this bike. The torque is there. Look, he's gonna let him know. He told him to keep up, but he didn't tell him to stay in a staggered formation. That's the only thing. That's the only difference. All right, so is this going to merge over? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think we're good. Once again, this guy's in the middle of the road. I don't know what he's doing. He's not in a staggered formation. There we go. There we go. All right, so yeah, the R18, you know what? It has a lot of torque. I do like that, a lot of low end torque. It gets up quickly, which is fun. Just the vibration is what's really bothering me at the moment. It's just, this vibration is not comfortable. The seating position is awesome. Traditional cruiser seating position. Kind of like the lowrider. The lowrider S that I test drove. If you haven't seen that video, guys, check out some of my older videos. I did test drive a Harley Davidson lowrider S. And that was an awesome bike to test ride. That was a lot of fun. But if I had to pick between that lowrider and this bike, which are very similar, I would go with the lowrider, just because I didn't get that vibration out of the lowrider that I'm getting out of this BMW. This is a really nice looking bike, and this is why I wanted to test ride this bike, because the bike looks awesome. BMW did a good job with the looks, but that vibration, you got to do something about the something smells good out here in Roseville, baby. Maybe I'm just hungry. Probably get something to eat on the way home. So yeah, the torque is there. It's not gonna pull you like my ex Diablo pulled you. or that electric bike that I test drove in my last video. Guys, if you haven't seen that video, check that video out. I did test ride a zero all electric motorcycle, and that was a lot of fun. That's another thing I don't really like, is how the engine sticks out on both sides really far. So this is pretty much a naked cruiser, no screens, not much to look at when it comes to like LCD instrument screens. All you got is your gauge of how fast you're going. So this is a nice bike. I mean, it's not badly priced. I think they go for around 17,000 if I'm not mistaken. Would I ever consider picking up this bike? I just don't think so, guys. I don't think so. BMW definitely has to fix this vibration issue with the engine. Maybe you guys are used to bikes that vibrate like this, but I'm not. My Ducati didn't even vibrate, not anything close to this, what this bike does. Even the Harley Davidsons I test rode and the Indian bikes vibrated like this bike. I'm not trying to bash this bike, but I'm just letting you guys know my experience on a test ride of this bike. Like I said, this bike looks awesome. It looks nice. The torque is there to have fun on, but it's just when you twist that throttle, this bike is vibrating like a mother F. As you guys can see, I'm out here with a bunch of other people test riding BMW motorcycles. They are hosting this event at A&S Motorcycles out here in Roseville. So thank you, A&S Roseville Motorcycles, for hosting this event. This is awesome. BMW, thank you. Even though the exhaust on this bike is not loud, it is still good to have an exhaust, so that way you can rev and let other cars know that you're beside them. Unlike the electric bike where there's no exhaust, you can rev, other cars are not gonna hear you coming. So even with this stock exhaust, you can still rev it, and they're gonna hear it more than likely. They're gonna hear your exhaust. But that's one downside of the electric bike that I test rode in my last video, is no sound. So one more thing I should mention before I'm done with this test ride, guys, is this is a heavy bike. So picking it up right off the kickstand was pretty heavy. I think this bike is around the 700-pound mark, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it is a heavy bike getting it up right, so just know that. Ooh, yeah, the suspension on this bike is not that nice either, for it being a cruiser. There's a lot of traffic and this sucks. This kind of ruins the ride. Nonetheless, besides the traffic, guys, this is an awesome, beautiful day to be riding a motorcycle, and I am grateful to be able to test ride this R18. It's just nice to get the experience of test riding different motorcycles, so that way I'm making a really good decision purchasing my next bike. I'm not exactly sure what that is going to be yet, but you know what, this is helping me. Test riding different motorcycles is helping me get a better understanding of what I want. But you know what, awesome experience test riding this R18. I can't wait to test ride my next bike. I think Elk Grove Power Sports is hosting another demo event where they're not going to be test riding motorcycles, but I think it's the three-wheeler Spider, if I'm not mistaken on the name. But yeah, they're going to be having those vehicles, the Spider three-wheel vehicles slash motorcycle type things for test ride. I've never been on one, so it should be a fun and interesting new experience. So stay tuned for that test ride, guys. I believe in the beginning of June they're having the demo event, if I'm not mistaken. Can-Am Spiders. So that's what I'm gonna be test riding at Elk Grove Power Sports here next month, the beginning of next month. So just stay tuned for that, guys. All right, guys, so great experience test riding the R18 besides the traffic and the vibration of the bike. But you know what, I'm glad I got to do it. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and keep riding. Deuces. you.